In my head, it sounds better. In my head, I am Johnny Rotten screaming into a tattered microphone. I am Vince Neil shrieking to a sold-out arena. I am Roger fucking Daltrey at the Monterey Pop Festival. And Chris is my Keith Moon. We play before thousands. And when we march off stage, the lights finally dim. The crowd begins a slow chant. No! This can't possibly be the end! It sounds better in my head, but here in Chris's leaky basement, we're just two jerks. Two nothings with no amps, not even a microphone. And we play for no one. But soon we will. Not the Belmont High Talent Show, not Lila Dodorf's birthday party. Things we might have once wanted. No. We will play at Moss Regional Hospital. We will play to save her life. In an interview with PBS in January 2003, famous anthropologist Jane Goodall surprised many by arguing that music is the greatest achievement of the human mind. She states that music, as both an art form and a science, can uniquely transcend time and influence emotion. For example, music has historically been proven to promote healing. Author Anne Valente exhibits how this everlasting human creation can foster hope during tough times. Although, like many forms of therapy, its ability to distract us from our own distress can only go so far. To a Place Where We Take Flight by Anne Valente. After we practice for an hour, we grab High C and Twizzlers and sit on Chris's porch, where we were the other day when Chris's dad told us that we got the gig! Chris's dad said how fucking awesome that was, and I felt like I could kiss Mr. Winchester. But instead I sat there wondering why I can say fuck in front of my own dad. Mikey, your mom knows we're doing this, right? Yeah, she knows. I told her last night. You really think a week is enough time? I want to tell him we have no goddamn choice, but I just call him a dick. During dinner, Dad is quiet as we sit in front of the television eating our microwave dinners. He knows I'll call Mom when I'm done, and I don't know whether he'll choose to talk to her this time or pretend to clean dishes again, even though we're eating out of cardboard. They haven't been on bad terms necessarily, just distant. Like maybe he doesn't know what to say to her. You tell your mother about your little scheme? I nod, but Dad's eyes don't move from the television. I know he thinks I'm doing this as therapy, like pets do for sick people. But why I really want this, what some small part of me still believes, is that when my voice moves across that hospital floor, its energy will, by some strange miracle, power the tools my mom needs to live. I call directly to her room. She's been out of surgery for a few days, so she sounds a bit groggy on the phone. How's practice going, sweetie? Are you still listening to Bob Dylan? Nah, Mama moved on, Led Zeppelin, Sex Pistols. Motley Crue. Her voice brightens like this is the best news she's heard in a while. I saw Led Zeppelin once in college. I almost touched Robert Plant's shoulder after I pushed my way to the front. The thought of her pushing anything, having the strength to muscle through a crowd, much less leave her hospital bed, is something I can't think too hard about. After school on Thursday, Chris and I are walking across the parking lot when Scott Barnstone comes up. He's wearing a giant pair of headphones and his hair hangs down over his face. Hey! I hear you guys are playing at the hospital. Is it because your mom's got cancer in her tits? Fuck off, Barnstone! Chris has never liked Scott. Scott looks at me and, well, he doesn't like me either. I accidentally tripped him once during gym a month or so ago. Oh, everyone laughed and he had a shiner in his eye for at least a week. Whatever, assholes. At least I still have a mom when you douchebags are done playing your stupid songs. Before I fully hear him, I drop my bag and I punch him in the face. And I stand just long enough to see a long line of blood dribble from his chin before Chris pulls me off and we are sprinting. That night I don't call Mom. And I don't do my homework. I take a while to fall asleep, but when I finally do, it's because I made myself think of music. Like Bob Dylan and Led Zeppelin. Making my mom better. Today's the day. We arrive at Moss Regional and Chris and I have prepared 3 songs, mostly because they're all we know. We've agreed on Patience, my favorite Guns N' Roses ballad, followed by Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here, and Chris and I have spent days mastering their progression. But my mom has always loved our last song, Across the Universe. And if I was to ever learn how to play it, now is the time. In the middle of the set, Chris and I are belting out Pink Floyd together. My mom is smiling so large that bright tears form at the corners of her eyes. Dad is smiling too, like he once did, before everything broke. I remember again why I'm here. I know what I have to do. I have to save her life. So I start to imagine what this noise might do. I picture sound waves infiltrating her veins right here in this room, just like I have imagined night after night. And then it's over. Across the universe peals a final cadence, and for a second the room falls silent. And my mom reacts first. She claps so loud and so hard that she has to stand to support the movement of her hands. I know what will come. I know that Chris will leave with his dad and I'll leave with mine, and I know that my dad, with his eyes still fixed on the road, will say, "You know, Mike, your mom isn't going to make it." But in my head, we are still standing up there. In my head, I am playing guitar better than I ever thought I could in my own head. She is not hooked up to IVs. She is not so weak she can barely move, and she is nowhere near this awful hospital floor. She is somewhere else. I don't know where, but she's with me. And she's safe. It sounds better in my head.